In this video, we'll show you the proper way to glue up a table. We have a few clients looking for custom walnut tables, so we'll cover some of the basic tips and walk you through the whole process. We're going to assume you've decided on a size and what species you'll make your table from. We've got some dimensional walnut here, and you'll want to start by picking through your pieces and looking for the straightest ones. Try to avoid any crazy bows or twists, like this piece that must have come from Home Depot. Also, keep an eye out for major cracks, defects, and surface warping. Keep finding pieces until you've reached your dimensions slightly larger than your finished table size, marking your cuts as you go. Once you're happy, you can start focusing on milling. You'll want to get all of your pieces processed and as square as possible. We start by cutting down our dimensional lumber to its rough dimensions. We use our chop saw and cut away all of the twists, voids, and warped sections you avoided in the previous steps. We'll also rip pieces in the table saw when necessary.
Our max width we're going to get out of is 8 inches, but that's all right because that's exactly what the jointer takes. So it's not a total loss.
If you don't have access to machinery like this, there are other ways to achieve the same results using hand tools or basic saws. Make sure you subscribe, as we'll be going over some of those techniques in future videos. Using our jointer, we start flattening out the boards. You'll want to pay attention to the amount of material you're taking off. It's easy to go too far and end up too thin. You'll be planing these boards down to the desired thickness later, so the main goal here is getting a perfect 90-degree to work from. Aim to have all of your pieces the same finished thickness for your glue up. Once you've achieved a smooth, flat surface on both sides, check all your edges for square. Occasionally, when milling lumber, it can begin to bend and warp from the lost material. It's actually good practice to let your wood sit overnight after milling to give it a chance to breathe and move. That's not something you want to happen after the glue up. Here, you can see us running a 90-degree face along our fence to trim away minimal material of some warped pieces. Once you've got everything milled properly, you can prep for the glue up. We suggest laying everything out and doing a dry run of the clamping process.
Because this board's got a big bow in it, so we're going to see how much the caul will take it down.
This way you can see alignment issues or problems you may run into without racing the dry time of a ton of glue. We also like to put tape along our clamping cauls so that they don't get stuck to our table's surface. If you're ready for the glue up, start flipping your boards onto their sides. Normally, you'd see holes for dominoes along most of our pieces. Dominoes help with alignment and add a little bit of rigidity to our tables. It's a simple step that is completely worth doing, but this table is getting something special done to it, so we're skipping them on this build. Lay down your glue, making sure it covers the edges completely. Use a finger, a roller, or a popsicle stick if you'd like. Then, lay your boards flat and slide them together. Wipe away excess glue. This helps with the sanding process. And proceed to fasten your clamps. The more the better. You'll want to clamp the middle and both ends from underneath, then lay your cauls across and clamp those down as well. These help keep your table uniform and flat. We also like to put some small clamps on the board ends to aid with the alignment. To finish it off, we lay some pipe clamps across the top to apply even pressure across the table. Double check your top for a nice flat uniform plane. If it's all good, leave it to dry for 24 hours.
Take it out of clamps tomorrow and then you just start processing.
Yeah. And then sand, and sand, and sand, and sand some more.
Go ahead and remove your clamps and begin scraping away whatever built up glue there is. It's much more of a pain to sand clumps of glue. You've now completed the table glue up and you are ready for the finishing process. We sand through the grits and finish with an oil such as Rubio Monaco, but we've got different plans for this table. Leave a comment below if you've got any questions, and thanks for watching.